Hey, everybody. So we're going to be working with angels. And so, we're just jumping off the last stream and we're jumping into this stream. So we're switching gears a little bit. Let's have you pull out one of the angels that you would like to work with. And if you don't have an angel blend, then let's have you pull out a single oil that you would that you like, and we'll just have you visualize an angel. Angelica is a really good one to use, but something that's a little bit heady. If you know what I mean. Some kind of flower or like poplar or something that's a little bit heady.
So any one angel that they want.
Yeah, any one angel, like angel, archangel, even some of the blends that are deities. Like was it like Green Tara or Hanuman or Rama? Any of those kinds of things.
And you said for people who don't have an angel, maybe if they had Angelica.
Like Angelica or something that's a little bit heady, like, some sort of flower or, sandalwood or frankincense, something along that line. Okay, so let's have you just sit and reflect on the angel that you'd like to work with. So either the blend that you have, or if you're using a single oil, just reflect on the angel that you would like to interact with. And as you're reflecting, begin inhaling the oil. Your awareness is on your heart. Keep inhaling and move your awareness to the back heart, which is the area between your shoulder blades. Back to the front heart. And just be still for a moment. Just let everything go. Okay, again, begin reflecting on the angel that you are wanting to connect with. This time your awareness is between your eyebrows, the ajna. You're still taking long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is between the eyebrows. Move your awareness to the back head, so opposite the eyebrows, but on the back side. You're still on the back head. You're taking long, slow, deep breaths. Move your awareness back to the ajna, the area between your eyebrows. Go back to the back head. Just be still, be aware, just let go. Just completely let go. Begin inhaling again. You're thinking of the angel. Your awareness is between your eyebrows. Move your awareness to the back head. Move your awareness to the top of your head, the crown. Your awareness is still on the crown. Move your awareness to the forehead, where the hairline is. Move your awareness to the palms of your hands. The soles of your feet. Just be still, be aware, just completely let go. Completely let go of everything. Just be still. Think of the same angel again, using the same oil. Again, your awareness is on the heart. Move your awareness to the area between your eyebrows. Your back head. The top of your head, the crown. Gently project upward from the top of your head. Project as high as you can, directly straight above your head. Let it linger there for as long as you can. Your awareness is back on the top of your head. Move your awareness to the forehead. The palms of your hands. The soles of your feet. Just be still, be aware, just completely let go. Just let go. Just be still. Contemplate the angel. Hold the angel in your heart. Continue to hold the angel in your heart, and I will chant a mantra. Om Namo Brahma. Om Om Namo Brahma. Om Om Namo Brahma. Om Om Namo Vishnu. Om Om Namo Vishnu. Om Om Namo Vishnu. Om Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Om Namah Shivaya. Om Om Namo Parabrahman. Om Om Namo Parabrahman. Om Om Namo Parabrahman. Om. Contemplate the angel. Your awareness is on your heart. Take some long, slow, deep breaths with the oil. Move your awareness down to the navel. Let go of all imagery. Just your awareness is on the navel. Move your awareness to the top of your head. Gently project upwards from the top of your head. Just be still, be aware, just completely let go. Let go of everything. Just let go. Just let go. Oh. Gently move your body around. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. How was that? We have a couple minutes if you want to share an experience or ask a question.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Hey, Miss Jane.
Hey, Greg. I have a quick question.
Yes.
I love the oils, all the angel oils, and I wanted to find out if you have any thoughts on how I could get a better feel or knowing of when I'm actually connecting with that angel. I don't know. So maybe I want to know what it feels like to know that I'm actually connected to that angel.
It will usually feel a lot more like being expanded in a state of meditation than you would be like in your conscious everyday mind. You know, that's the difficulty with connecting with angels, is it really is beyond the part of the mind. It has to do with the senses, and it's beyond the part of the mind that is the normal everyday part of the mind. So it's usually a little bit more of an expanded state. It's a lot like meditation, or when your mind is kind of like empty or thoughtless. And you know, like when we go through and we do the different chakras or energy centers, like, you know, each one you'll feel a kind of peace, but it feels very different than say one of the other centers. But if you go like, well, how does it feel? And it's like, you know, you might be able to come up with some words, but they're usually not super descriptive. But there's definitely a difference that's very palpable between the different kinds of like peace and stillness. You know, it's affecting you in different ways, and there's different levels of awareness or expanded, you know, expanded states. And so, you know, it would depend on the angel. It would depend on the angel probably more than the individual. Like, you know, because we can all have very like somewhat different experiences with an angel, but I'd say different angels definitely feel different ways, but most of them would be more of like an expanded state. You know, a lot of what you're doing when you're doing angel work is you're really taking that energy, which is an energy, it's a pure energy with consciousness, and you're really taking it down into your conscious. And so it's beyond the senses, it's beyond your normal everyday thinking, and it really starts to change the physiology. And so physiology and the mental processes. And so it's really like going to be more of an expanded state. After the fact, you might feel a little bit more lighthearted. I mean, honestly, it depends on the angel even there. Like I was going to say more lighthearted, but it would depend on the angel. I mean, there's some angels that are a little bit stern, and they make you clean things up that maybe you don't want to do on your own, but you start having interactions with that, and boy, it makes you kind of clean things up a bit. And so, I come back full circle and just say it's usually a bit more of an expanded state, but you could still be functioning in the normal everyday world, but you'd notice that you're a lot more observant rather than chatting or coming up with like thought processes. You still process information, you still might take action in certain things, but you're not thinking it out with like your normal everyday mind, if that makes sense.
It does. It absolutely does. So Michael is sort of like my go-to angel. I feel like I really know what it feels like. I know exactly when to call him in and
Right.
know how to work, but because he's sort of just my go-to angel, and I don't know, like I want to know what it feels like to be in contact with the other angels. And so I can't tell, but I can tell you this. I had a very palpable, incredible experience calling in one of the holy names for a very, very specific issue. And boy, did I feel like I felt that. There was no two ways. But that was just, a very rare moment. So I just wanted to see like what it would feel like to have experiences with other angels than Michael.
Right. Next year we are going to go deep with some of the angels, especially like right off the bat, we're going to do the 4 archangels of the directions, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Michael, and each one of them is going to get a class unto themselves.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, so we'll do Michael. Michael will be the 4th one. We'll start with Raphael. We'll start with doing the directions proper, so Raphael will be in the first one. But after a while, you go through and you deal with your physiology and the way you think, and that kind of stuff, and you get into this space to where you start connecting. And when that starts happening, it becomes way less complicated and way less tedious about connecting. You almost have to do it in this like kind of complicated, tedious way just to almost re-educate the body's processes to what's happening. And then once you kind of get through a wave of that, then it becomes like easier and simpler and more just kind of direct. But it's almost like you gotta let go of the normal everyday part of yourself and be able to step away from it for a little bit. And that takes a little bit of kind of training yourself. But after you kind of get that done, it becomes easier and easier just to tap into that at any particular point.
That would be great.
So, those expansive states can come on, sometimes not even with you necessarily invoking or trying to tap in, but like, you start to become more and more of a vessel for those energies. And when there's a need in a situation, or, sometimes it's parts of our life, but a lot of times it's things in the environment, situations that we're witnessing where the energy starts to come through, and it is again starting to be that expansive state, and your job starts to be just to kind of hold the space. It really just becomes like, okay, I'm starting from that expanded state. I need to not get in the way of what's happening, so that you're because it's almost like you're physicalizing that energy to allow it to have greater impact. Because the angels are always doing things, but it's helpful when somebody helps to physicalize it somehow.
Right.
And that's what we're doing, is we're working on, for one, being a better vessel, but then to actually begin physicalizing it into, uh, the external world or situations, or, corporate America, or your family, or, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it's these like series of like steps, and the more you get used to that expanded state, you can kind of hold on to it and maintain it even in your normal everyday life. But you're really shifting away from the part of the mind that processes senses.
That's so great. And just hearing you explain that, I just was able to take like the deepest breath I could take all
Oh,
day
good.
long, just hearing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much for
You're
the
so
gift
welcome.
of doing this practice with us and giving us this.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. It's so much fun.
So
I so
wonderful.
much look forward to our practice with this, like Tuesday nights, and then the heart thing on Wednesday nights. It's a nice thing to be doing every week.
Right. So grateful for you. Thank you, Greg.
Thank
You,
you. Thank you.
Sam.
Go ahead, Barbara.
Hey there.
Hey.
I had this observation that it seems the longer I do this work, that what happens, at first I thought it was like a delayed effect and taking longer, but as I sit with it more, I think it's unfolding in different layers.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want to say anything about that.
Yeah. Well, at first you do like, it's like the snowball effect. Like at first you're unwinding things, but like it starts getting bigger and going deeper, and also you can handle more. And so it starts to have bigger and bigger shifts, and more energy can come in. And, if you look back to where, if you could look at it and measure it where you were, like say 6 months ago, you'd go like, oh, I can have a cup full. And now you go, now I can have a jug full. Like, I can have the whole container. And, and even as time goes by, it even gets bigger. And so, you're acclimating to it. It is going deeper. It's going deeper into the unconscious, where, your earlier connections are having to kind of run the gauntlet of the senses. Like the senses are almost like your firewall for your computer, where it only lets so much in. Like, you're only able to get like so much in, and then after a while you kind of train the firewall, like, yeah, you could keep a lot of things out, but let these certain things in, without what's the word, without hesitation, without restriction. And it starts getting to be more and more. And, at first it might be like, oh, it's real blissful and intoxicating. And after a while, you're handling more, and it's not quite the intoxicating effect, because you're getting used to it, and so it keeps going deeper and deeper into the unconscious. I mean, you're really impacting your unconscious when you work with angels. And so it can get pretty substantial, even with just a little bit of practice.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
That's why when we were first starting, I was like, let's like set aside what we would call on angels for, because it's a little bit of a trap. And it's a trap that I was in for a little while, where it was like, well, this angel I'm going to invoke for this, and this angel I'm going to invoke for that, because that's the stuff that you see, and that's the stuff that's in books and everything. And so it really keeps you locked into that sensory part of your mind. And you really almost have to go, I'm just going to let go of all this. I'm just going to see what happens. And you're really allowing like a space to be created for the angel to come in and for them to do what they're going to do. And then after that, you can start going, I start to notice these effects of these angels. I start to notice these characteristics of these angels. I start to notice like the things that they impact. And even though you might describe them somewhat, you're still like, your words are kind of describing it, but also not hitting the mark. You know what I mean? It's okay to talk about it like at that point, but you're really trying to bypass the that part of the mind. And so, that's even the thing with like using the bells and the bowl, the Tibetan bowls and things. And like in the Yogi Bhajan tradition, they use a gong, they hit the gong. And all of that is to bypass the sensory mind. Like you're trying to blow past that so that you can get to something deeper. And so, we do it in a lot of different ways. But, we want to go through and also re-educate so that we can kind of turn it on a dime. But, all of it is just different ways of trying to do the same thing. And so once you kind of start doing it, it becomes easier and easier. And so it keeps going deeper and deeper. And at one point, you almost have your foot in both worlds, like one in the normal everyday life, which you still need to do. It's not that you completely walk away from that, but you're able to start having your foot in this other place, this other world. And sometimes you shift more to one or the other depending on need, but you're able to walk away from normal everyday thinking into this other realm, so to speak.
I've tried to keep it totally non-conceptual. And I
Yeah.
know that it's working much deeper in my unconscious, and I don't
Right.
know what, but I just know it is.
Right.
And just letting
Yeah.
that be.
Yeah, good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For what we did tonight, what is this procedure aimed at?
Anything that we're doing, we're just trying to connect to the angels to a much higher degree. Anytime you activate the heart, you're helping to integrate something. And then when we went up to the ajna and back head, you're beginning to activate the pineal gland, or in the mental permanent seed within the pineal gland. And then when we started to add the crown, that activates it even more so. And then when you project up, it's starting to be the expansion of consciousness. Then when you come back to the forehead, that is energizing the physical form with the energy that you brought in. And then when you take it into the hands and the feet, you're driving it into the basic chakra, which is, the hardest place to get it in, is the basic chakra. And so by going through and doing that, you're kind of going up and then bringing it back down, and you're making a connection and then taking it and then manually kind of stuffing it into the basic chakra, which then changes the basic chakra and allows for greater expansion and a shift in the unconscious. And so we'll be exploring variations of this, and more to come. But if you want to keep practicing this, feel free. You could do it daily.
Your second question, yes, tomorrow's been postponed. We won't do a Wednesday session tomorrow.
Yeah,
We
sorry,
will-
we're traveling, and we're not sure that we're going to make it to where we need to be able to do the Zoom. So we're just going to wait till next week.
What would be a good angel to work with for heartache and relationship stuff? I chose Raphael for some reason.
Raphael's a good
tonight.
choice. Yeah, Raphael's a really super good choice. Yeah, I'd love me some Raphael. Like, I go through different phases, but Raphael is good for healing. It's good for transmutation, and it's also good for displacing lower vibrational energies. And so, good for increasing the ability to observe. That's a good one to be with.
Would there be one that was specific to that?
It doesn't quite like go for like symptom oriented things, but like Raphael's a good one to work with. Yeah, I would probably just stick with Raphael.
Another one said, amazing. I feel so relaxed and at peace.
Yeah.
I used Angel Raphael blend. What do they help with? I don't know anything about it.
Seraphiel is helps bring in the energy of the four directions. So it would also have an impact on nature spirits, and would have an impact on bringing things into materialization or into form.
Is there a Raphael premium?
Yeah, there's sometimes we don't put them on the sites, but there's a premium for all the angels actually.
What was the last pattern we used?
It's a new pattern. There was no name for it. And it was a progressive pattern. Like I did it and I looped around. There's still some other pieces to it, but yeah, if you want to just follow the recording, and that's the best way to do it at this point. So, okay, you guys, love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I always love doing these things. So, thanks for hanging out with me and doing these things. So, and we will see you hopefully on the weekend with the free spa retreat weekend. We will be doing a little bit of angel work through the weekend, and so as well as other things. But and then if not, we'll see you next Tuesday. So take care. Love you guys.
Thank you, guys. It's wonderful tonight.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks,
You
Sam.
take care.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg and Sam. Bye.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. Love you. Have a good night.
That was a great session.
Mhm.